What's going on, guys? I'm going to give you a couple of cycle touring tips here, specifically for Southeast Asia, Vietnam, and I just wanted to do kind of a video on just kind of what I've learned so far, some basic cycle tour tips, or just traveling in Vietnam in general. Number one, what do we got here? Trailer versus panniers. Now I know some people are religiously going to always use a trailer to cycle tour, but in my experience, I think panniers are definitely a better way to go. There's a couple of reasons why. Trailer, it's really nice because you can carry a lot with you. Certain trailers, if you have a two-wheel trailer, it doesn't affect the balance of the bike. With a one-wheel trailer, it affects basically the stability of the bike a little bit. With panniers, I know it can kind of be cumbersome to have the panniers on the bike and can affect the handling of the bike. But all in all, in my opinion, panniers are a lot better. Another reason why panniers are better is when you are when you are traveling by plane, so internationally or domestically with a bike and a trailer. You may have to pay a lot extra for the trailer, as it might be overweight, as opposed to your bike is probably not going to be overweight. But I mean, that's something that you have to check out with the airlines as well, because when I was flying from Vancouver to Hanoi, I had to pay an extra $140 for my trailer because it was way overweight. I think it was like 40 kilos or something like that. That was 40 kilos with all the stuff in my trailer. Another thing with the trailer is that it adds a lot of weight as well. It adds, it could add another 10 or 15 pounds to your whole weight. But panniers are also do weigh a bit, and then you have to have racks on your bike as well. So I mean, that could add another 5 pounds on your bike. So I mean, there's a bit of a trade-off there, but I think overall panniers are going to be lighter. Panniers can also be more expensive as well. I mean, to get a really good pannier setup might be $400, $450 if you want the top quality kind of stuff. A trailer, not so much. Maybe around $200 to $300. So I mean, there's a bit of a trade-off there. But all in all, my recommendation is always going to be panniers over trailers. I bought a rear pannier for my bike here in Vietnam for $4 yesterday. So I mean, cheap stuff can be had around the world. Next one. Basically on this trip so far, I really under budgeted how much I would have to spend per day. I just thought, I didn't really do any research into it. I just thought, I could probably spend $3 a day on food and spend $5 for a night on accommodations when I stay in a hotel. Not the case. I'm probably spending, $4 to $5 per day on food and spending anywhere between $5 to $12 a night on accommodations when I'm sleeping in a hotel. So I mean, I under budgeted myself quite a bit, and I also thought that I'd be sleeping outside a lot more, which I'm not doing. And so there's all these little things that you really have to think of. I mean, there's no really other costs. You have to factor in water if you're going to be buying water as well. So for a 1.5 liter jug of water here in Vietnam is it's usually around 40 to 50 cents each. So if you're going to be drinking 3 or 4 of those in a day, that's an extra $2, $1.50 to $2 per day. So there's all these little costs that you really have to kind of think of when you're budgeting your trip. Next one, hammock tent versus a bivy sack. Southeast Asia, I mean, if you're going to be camping outside, doing this self-camping, specifically in Vietnam, I wouldn't probably do the self-camping anymore, just because as I've had some troubles with thieves for one night. But in the end, it wasn't actually that. I actually had camped out so many nights already. I almost camped out for 2 weeks up until that point. Not all in a row, but 2 weeks So 14 days I'd like camped outside without any problems, and then the last day had some problems with camping out. So I mean, maybe in other parts of Southeast Asia it'll be a little bit easier, but I think a bivy sack, which is something that you just kind of roll out on the ground and sleep inside of it to keep you protected from the bugs and the water and the rain and stuff like that, is going to be a lot easier than a hammock tent. I thought the hammock tent would be kind of cool, but I think in terms of if you're just going to be traveling from place to place to place and you don't know where, say, like what the situation is like, so if there's going to be trees or there's going to be place like stuff like that, I mean, it's really kind of easy just to throw your bivy sack out. Might not be as comfortable, but then again, I'm not used to sleeping in a hammock as well. I'd probably rather just sleep on the ground. Probably be a lot easier for me to fall asleep as well. Next big cycle tour tip is going to be to travel to the places that you actually want to travel. Now, the only reason why I came to Vietnam is because I thought it'd be good to add more mileage to the trip. That's the only reason. I had no desire to come to Vietnam. It really never even occurred to me as a place to come travel. I just thought, hey, you know, it'd kind of be cool to ride all the way down Vietnam. I don't regret coming here, but at the same time, I'd rather have spent, you know, 2 or 3 months in Thailand, traveling there, or in Cambodia, or in Malaysia, places where I actually want to go. So when you're planning out a cycle tour, don't worry about how long it's going to be, or worrying about, you know, the mileage or anything like that. Focus on what are the places that you want to go, what are the things that you want to go do and see on that trip. Focus on those things and then plan your trip around that, as opposed to just trying to just have some long ass trip just for the sake of having a long ass trip. That's kind of what I did here, and I mean, I really have enjoyed my time in Vietnam immensely. Even in Ho Chi Minh here, I've been here for 3 weeks now, and actually I'm gonna miss this place. I really, really like this place. I'm gonna come back eventually, maybe work here at some point for 4 or 5 months maybe. But I actually really, really like this place. The women are beautiful, the food is cheap, accommodations are cheap. It's really hard to kind of pass up. I've had lots of guys, you know, I've talked to a lot of guys, and they've been traveling, you know, in New Zealand, Australia, through Thailand, and they come to Vietnam and they're like, wow, the women are gorgeous here. So for any of the guys who do want to, you know, meet up with some Vietnamese girls, it's really, really, really easy to meet up with Vietnamese girls here. Everyone is so friendly, and a lot of them do speak kind of broken English, so it's easy to get kind of like some kind of conversation going. And I mean, they're all over the place here. So if you come to the Pham Nhu Lao district, it's in District 1, which is, Pham Nhu Lao is the backpackers area. And in Ho Chi Minh here, come down here, super easy to meet girls. For a little tidbit for the guys, or for the girls that want to be with girls. And what's another one? So the other one here, traveling specifically in Southeast Asia, is going to be the sun. Sun is probably the thing that killed me the most, and that was mainly just because of getting burns on my skin. I don't wear sunscreen. I'm totally against wearing sunscreen. I think it's really toxic to the skin. But getting your skin burnt every day is also really not good for it either. So the thing with, if you're going to be doing a cycle tour through, you know, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, Malaysia, anywhere that is going to be super hot, so even in Central America as well, and you're going to be exposed to the sun a lot throughout the day, really build your skin up before you leave. When I came to Vietnam, I had just come through like 4 or 5 months of Canadian winter on the West Coast. So there's no sun. I was pale white. My skin is much better now. Since I've been here in Ho Chi Minh, it's kind of, it's actually, the skin color has gone a little bit down. It's starting to even out a little bit. But all in all, you have to really kind of build your skin up here. That's probably one of the things that's really gonna keep you going as well. just because so many times I had to like stop because like I'm like touching my skin and I can just see how burnt it is. And it's like, man, oh man, this is not good. It's starting to rain here. It's kind of been raining on and off today. It's kind of been kind of weird, but not raining too heavy, which is good. Anyways, those are my cycle tour tips, specifically here in Vietnam / Southeast Asia. I'll keep figuring out more as I go along. Just by cycling this past month up Vietnam, I've learned so much. It's kind of been incredible how much I've learned. And so, I mean, the rest of it's gonna be a lot easier in my mind. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what I need in terms of food, in terms of water. I know what I need every single day. I mean, it's just gonna be a lot easier. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying my videos. I'm gonna keep pumping them out like I pump out the kilometers. And we will talk to you guys soon. If you really like my videos, you want to see more of them, share, like, subscribe. Leave your comments and questions below. I will be sure to get to any questions that you have. And I'd love to hear you guys' comments about what I'm doing. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Peace out, guys.